we're good. Call to Thursday, August 18, 2022, commission meeting to order. Roll call, please, Jeff.
Presiding Commissioner Bob Houston.
Present.
Associate Commissioner District 1, Monty Kisner.
Present.
Associate Commissioner District 2, Ryan Johnson.
Present. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any motion to accept the agenda as presented? So moved. Second. All in favor? Aye. 3 votes for, 0 against. Any motion to approve the minutes from August 10th, 2022? So moved. Second. All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Resolution number 22-43, approving a fee proposal with Frainer HL for architectural services. I need a motion. So moved. Second. That is for the window contract, whether we get the specs and the bids put out so we can get pricing on windows for the old courthouse. Any questions? All in favor? 2 votes for, 1 vote against. Resolution passes. Resolution 2244, approving the purchase of agreement with Henry M. Atkins and Sons for and Incorporated for Unison Voting Solutions Open Elect Voting System. I need a motion. Moved. I'll second it. So at this time, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to allow any public comment on the voting, on the contract. We're looking at voting to accept their bid for voting machines. So if anyone would like to speak to it, you can step up to the podium. Please state your name and your address so that Jeff can put it in the record. So anyone would like to speak for or against it?
My name is Dave Sims, I live in Belton, Missouri, and I would like to request that you postpone the voting on this contract because there are issues involved here that need to be researched and there need to be more information brought forth. If not, if the information is not brought forth, then we will be proceeding to make some sunshine requests. Your contract, for one, refers to you are turning over our Cass County election to be run by a company using their equipment. My question to you all, can you certify that these elections equipment will help you make our elections honest and accurate? I noticed we just said the Pledge of Allegiance. You pledge allegiance to the flag. Allegiance means it's beyond pledging, saying that, well, somebody else told me to do it. When we pledge allegiance, the soldiers that have fought in this country, for our country, they didn't just say, well, my commander officer told me to do it, or my commander officer this. At times, you have to go higher up to who your allegiance is. We pledged our allegiance to the United States of America. If someone is doing something under your watch that you have not bothered to check out, or you choose not to look at, then I challenge you to think about where your allegiance is. Because in this contract, one of the things it says is that that they have the right, when you sign this, the 3 of you, you are giving over the right of the people of this county to these people. And they may not know either, because this equipment has computer chips in it, whether you like it or not, or have open ports that can be proven, that have been made in China, even though the company may say they're American made. You can talk to anyone that is very familiar with cybersecurity, and they will tell you that. And it's been proven. And there is one county in Missouri that I understand has had someone, and the county clerk has taken note of what was in their equipment that was certified. It says such third-party software is necessary for the operation of the hardware. Software owned by various third parties. In other words, they're bringing in other software that you don't know anything about, and they have the right to do that. So then you don't have the right to question it, because you've already agreed and signed it over to their control. I question whether or not that's pledging the allegiance to the people you've been elected to represent. I know it's hard work, and we will help you if you're willing to do the hard work. If you need work done, we'll help you. But we want a righteous election situation in our county. We can't go beyond there. But if each county would do their part, we could get this cleaned up. And if you're not looking, it's everywhere. You can find the information. So I challenge you, if you don't think you can find it, let me know. I'll help. I'm not at all an IT person, but I have gone to work to find out and talk to people that absolutely are. I talked for 45 minutes last night to a Colonel Sean Smith. He has testified to several court hearings in Arizona, Georgia, and one of those I just posted here for you. By the way, he worked at the Pentagon helping build our defense systems from foreign attack. Our voting systems, from my perspective, based on what I have seen and based on the experts examining reports, cannot be trusted with our election. And what they require in order for you to verify for yourself is that you become a cyber expert. None of us are. Otherwise, you're forced to trust other people who say they're experts. People who have conflicts of interest and people who've been trained essentially by the National Association of Secretaries of State and by the Election Assistance Commission. Tell me one thing of that's not true. Are you not being trained by the National Association of Secretaries, the group that Mr. Fletcher was talking about also? So I'm questioning you, how do you know that when you sign that contract and you sign over our rights in this county to that organization, that you are pledging by signing it, that you're declaring our elections will be accurately, righteously handled? That's your job. And if you guys are signing it, and if you don't feel comfortable with it, I would encourage you to at least postpone it and gather some more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sims. Would anyone else like to speak for or against it? Please state your name and where you live.
My name is Angela Good, and I live in Pleasant Hill. And I've talked to several different people. I've been on the phone with several different people discussing this issue that we're talking about. And my neighbors, I've called just people. What do you think about this? What would you want to see done? And it was kind of the same consensus. I would really like us to take a better look. Postpone it. Let's take a better look at these companies. Let's make sure what they are telling us is true. What does it hurt to put this vote off? This is a lot of money for our county. It's a lot of money. And right now, me, like everybody else, I think we're confused about a lot of things. And if we can take a pause, reassure everybody that everything is on the up and up, let people look into these companies. Let's see where their money is coming from. Let's see where their investing is coming from. Let's see where their interests really lie. Because this company is out of Clinton. That's Henry County. That's not Cass. Why wouldn't we utilize a company if available? I don't know that they are in Cass County. Utilize our money in our county or something. I just think, and I beg of you to please just, if nothing else, wait. What is the absolute rush to sign today or to vote on it right this minute? Let's have a little bit more discussion. That's what we're asking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Good. Hannah?
Hello, my name is Hannah Sims, and I'm also from Belton, Missouri. And I also would urge you to postpone your decision until more research and investigation can be done. We know that having the integrity in our elections as far as the equipment and the things that are used is definitely of supreme importance for our citizens, for the decisions that are made for those being elected in public office. And so believe it is of due diligence that we do research and search out. And while there are people that do have a concern, there are people that are bringing legitimate issues to the table, and I feel like those do need to be investigated, those do need to be addressed so that we are beyond a reasonable doubt that what we're putting our money behind is accurate. But right now we have a reasonable doubt, and so I would ask for those issues to be heard and investigated as well. And so that's why I advocate for postponement. But I do have one question. I know, Mr. Fletcher, that you said that you spend time counting the ballots and the votes, and I do appreciate that vigilance. When I was looking at the results specifically for this last election in the primary and looking at the totals that was here from the document that was signed representing Cass County, and then I was looking at the Secretary of State's site for the votes that came in representing Cass County. Those two figures did not match, and they didn't match in every category. And so I was wondering if you could address that and explain why those two numbers don't match if the Secretary of State is receiving your direct information from the county.
This is public comment only. If we start answering questions, I'll allow this one question for him to answer, but we'll be here all day on this. So Jeff, if you...
So on an over and under vote, when that goes through our machine, it does not count. If it's an over vote, that vote is no good. We can't count it. Secretary of State does count those, and there's a lot of over and under votes.
Would you explain what that is, Jeff? What an over and
So an
under
over
is?
vote is if you're required to put one down and you put both, or you have 2 of 4, or 1 of 5, or whatever if you put more than that one, your vote does not count for that race only. But so we can't count it. Obviously, they didn't do it correctly, so their vote does not count, because I can't go track them down because I don't have their information. So the Secretary of State has to count every vote that goes through the machine, whether it's a legit. So if President Bush and President Clinton got 2 votes each on the election day, my vote wouldn't show that, but Secretary of State would.
So, all right, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Would anyone else like to speak? Okay, we're going to close the public portion. Comment on resolution number 2244.
Personally, I wouldn't mind, tabling this if we're able to a later date to alleviate public concern. Perhaps even hold a public town hall on the issue. I know there's a lot of concerns in the community and the county about election integrity, and I know everyone in this room most likely takes election integrity very seriously, and it might be wise to even involve the office of Senator Rick Bratton, since we are political subdivisions of the state. He's also worked for the county and worked hand in glove with Jeff Fletcher, our county clerk, as a county employee, a county elected, so maybe he can bring a unique perspective to this. Just a thought, where we could have a bigger, broader conversation about it.
Jeff, what's the timeline for the contract on this?
I don't have to sign it. I mean, we were hoping to get these in place for the April election.
Okay.
So we were hoping to have them after the November election. Again, the supply chain issue is still out there, so we still may not get them for the April if everything comes
April of
out.
2023, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if we took another 30 days or something on that, and maybe had a public work session on that, and people...
It takes me off the list, but yes, I could lose them for
Bet we can
a
get
year.
back on the list, they want our money, so...
I'm just, this equipment is in rough shape. I mean, I'm not telling you have to vote for these today. I could care less, whatever you guys decide, but the equipment is going
How
out
old
of
is
date.
the
as well.
equipment?
Huh?
How old is the equipment?
We bought them in 17.
17.
So the equipment we have now will be used in November.
Correct.
So
Okay, so we're going to scratch the last motion then. I would make a motion, let's remove it from the agenda today. And then maybe we can post and get with several people here. We know most of you here. And we'll do a work session. We'll try to get a work session picked that all 3 of us can be there. I want Jeff there too. And then maybe we can get someone from Atkins and Associates to come up and help explain some of the things that they ask about that. I mean, that gives you a little time on that. So maybe we'll look around 30 days or so from now, and then we'll get that out to you also. I don't know if we need a motion for that even.
To table it, you would need a
Just-
motion. and
I need a motion to
second.
table it.
You motioned. I need a
Okay.
I
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You listen?
All
Thank
three.
you all. Okay, next, resolution number 2245, approving an agreement with David Clements to prepare a property existing conditions report related to the petition on incorporated the village of Arrowhead, on the corporation of the village of Arrowhead. I need a motion. So moved. I'll do a second. And Paul, this is just a gentleman to guide us through a little of the zoning issues that we're going to be dealing with this on the village of,
Proposed village, yeah.
Okay.
It's just gonna do a existing conditions report, just so we have that document to present to you all in September. Just have some pictures, a survey, the condition of the property, buildings, things like that.
okay. Any questions? Need a motion?
So moved.
You got a
I guess
motion and a second.
All in
Just need a
favor?
vote.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Thank you, Jeff. Cass County Collector Chris Mullendorf requesting disbursement of 2021 tax sale surplus money, certificate of purchase number 21-12, tax sale number 106, taxpayer name Carol Hembry, in an amount of $4,966.37, payable to Gary Cross. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Chris?
Good afternoon. This is a property from last year's sale, so they are just a few days under the gun here. So this was a property in Garden City owned by Carol Hembry. You are approving the return of the surplus to Mr. Cross.
Any questions, Sheldon? All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Cass County Collector Chris Mullender requesting disbursement of 2021 tax sale surplus money, certificate of purchase number 21-13, tax sale number 107, taxpayer Carol Hembry, in the amount of $371.92, payable to Teresa Hung. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Chris?
Yes, sir. This property is adjacent, same homeowner, same property owner, adjacent to the previous property there in Garden City. Different lien buyer, though. This is Teresa Hung.
Okay, any questions? All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Cass County Collector Chris Mullendorf requesting disbursement of 2021 tax sale surplus money, certificate of purchase number 2118, tax sale number 170, taxpayer Robert Lee Morrison, in an amount of $11,206.41, payable to Jared Jamison. Need a motion?
So moved. Second.
Chris?
Yes, sir. This is a property in the Silver Lake subdivision in Raymore that the Morrison family has redeemed. We've been working very closely with this family. They have several properties in this year's sale and this last year as well. That particular lien buyer is a gentleman from Cleveland by the name of Jared Jamison.
Thank you, Chris. Any questions? All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Don't go anywhere, Chris. Cass County Collector Chris
It's
Mullendorf
Groundhog Day.
requesting disbursement of 2021 tax sale surplus money, certificate of purchase number 21-24, tax sale number 187, taxpayer name Linda Pritz, amount of $3,179.20, payable to Brian Carey. I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Chris?
Yes, sir. This is a property in the rural unincorporated area east of Raymore. Mrs. Pritz is ill. We've been working with her son. We're thrilled that he's been able to come in and get this cleared up. The lien buyer is Mr. Brian Carey of Belton.
Okay. Any questions? All in favor? 3 votes for, 0 against. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, and
Mullendorf.
then I'll be back with an update on this year's sale there at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Might as well be back. Miscellaneous business. I was serious, Chris.
I have, it's good to have some levity. This is a very difficult time of year, as I think you all know. Over 52,000 real estate parcels in Cass County. I'm pleased we have this down to 74. We are turning over rocks. I've hired private investigators. We are putting signs in the yard. We're trying to find the deceased's children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. We're trying to do everything we can to not have a property on the sale. Last year we had 40. This year, if the sale were at this moment, we would have 74. So that's a problem, probably a sign of the economy, but the law is the law. So 10 a.m. on the north steps, we'll commence our sale this year. Mr. Cheslick and Mr. Fletcher will be spotters for us. We have more bidders than we have properties. That's become a common trend due to the lack of inventory in the marketplace. A lot of folks interested in these properties this year. For the record, I've entered this list in the record and given it to Mr. Fletcher. This is for your information of the remaining properties. We are still working this afternoon, all day tomorrow, Monday morning up to 10 o'clock to try to find these people. As you know, for some of these properties, the family simply tells me, hey, we don't live here, we're not coming back to Missouri, just sell it so we don't have to, deal with it. So for some of these, I'm the free disposal service, but for many of these are families with deceased loved ones are trying to find those children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and will continue to do so all the way up until 10 o'clock Monday morning. I'll be happy to take any questions.
I have.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
where we stand, so thank you.
Appreciate the job your crew's doing out there. Thank you.
Yeah, they do great, I appreciate them, thank you.
Any public comment at this time? Seeing that, Commissioner of Communications?
I have none.
Seeing that, we are going to go into executive session after we close this, or after we vote to go into executive session under RSMO 610.021.3 and RSMO 610.021.13 personnel records. Once we come out of the executive session, we will close the regular session. We will take a 5-minute intermission before we start our executive session.
I need a
And make a
motion.
motion.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please, Jeff.
Signing Commissioner Bob Houston.
Yes.
Associate Commissioner District 1, Monty Kisner.
Yes.
Associate Commissioner District 2, Rand Johnson.
Yes.
We're adjourned for 5 minutes.